Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. It is Friday, or as I like to say, Fry-yay. Sorry, I'm all extra today. Let me know how you are. Shout you out in the chat, or you shout yourself out in the chat, and then I will shout you out with my voice. I'll give you guys a few moments to check on in. So we have one person viewing, so say hi. Let us know that you're here. We got Wild Hair Don't Care today. This is with a refresh yesterday, but it's still very crispy. I think I put a little too much gel in it, so it's looking a little like uncooked ramen noodles. I used to make fun of my own hair and call it that back in the day. Very Justin Timberlake, but like longer. Justin Timberlake in the 90s and early 2000s, if we're going to be very specific. So, welcome to the live stream. We are going to be doing a donation only live stream, but I have a few things that I'm going to show off. A little show and tell vibe going on for Friday, just low key, fun, chill vibes today. I don't think we have any donations yet, so this might be a very quick little show and tell and then duck out kind of live stream, but I am getting some discrepancy between my actual PayPal account and my email. It's not letting me know every time, so I'm just going to make double sure by checking PayPal app itself just to make sure we're golden. All right, so let me sign in. Grab yourself a beverage, hang out, whatever feels fine for you. Okay. Oh, I did not transfer over my PayPal. I always like to do that on the last day of every month, and with my birthday and all this other stuff going on, this end of the month really snuck up on me this time. All right. Okay. So it looks like we are up to date. There's no donations for today. I think we'll wait till about the 5-minute mark or so. In the meantime, I can get us some incense going. How does that sound? Do some cleansing, clearing of the energy. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, stressed, just like, one step forward, 2 steps back, or even if things have been kind of like, they're there, whatever. There's a lot of interference out in the collective right now, and by the collective I mean just like for all of humanity. Like with this fall of this matrix, they're doing everything they can. I noticed just in my own skies at baseball last night, they were spraying a lot, and there were big X's and like grid lines, like almost like I could play tic-tac-toe. There's a 0, there's an X, because all the spray trails were just where the sun is. So specifically on that side of the sky. And of course they would start to spread out and become this like hazy, almost dusty looking sky, which is not very fun to look at. And we know it doesn't benefit our health in any way, shape, or form. If anything, the exact opposite. So it's just concerning, and I don't like it. But this is going to be cleansing, clearing our energy fields, the matrix, the original blueprint, just to clear the way, do our little bit, shine our light today to clear the energy, make it more beautiful and cohesive. So yeah, let us know that you're here. It still says now it says we have 2 people here. 2 people. Hello, 2 people. And this is our donation only live stream. We do not have any donations yet for that next person that just joined us. So if you are looking to get a reading by donation today, get that in sooner than later, because if we don't get any here in the next few minutes, I'll just say goodbye. My 2-hour work day at my other job, I got a whole 9 minutes. So today is like a flop, but hey, I'm still having fun. I'm still showing up, but I'm actually going to share with you guys a little show and tell. Crazy Tempest, hello. Now it says we have 3 people. YouTube likes to lie, but I only see Crazy Tempest in the chat. So if you're here, say hi so I can talk to you guys. But yes, Versha, our lovely moderator here on the channel, sent me some little goodies that she made. as like a birthday present, and she sent me the sweetest and most heartfelt note. Like I teared up and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is just what I needed to hear yesterday when I read it. I was just like, oh, you're just the sweetest. I don't even know where to start. There's 5 items I want to show you guys, and they're all kind of on a theme, like a themed color palette here. Oh, you're listening in the background. Hey, aka Marlene. Yeah, no worries. I don't know. I guess I'll start with the coasters. We'll kind of show you these together. But here we are. Oh my gosh, she did some resin work to, protect the paint, but are these not beautiful? Like, I don't even want to actually use them as coasters because they're too pretty to put my coffee on. Like, I don't want to put my coffee on it. I have this little coaster here that my brother-in-law made for me. He knows I like Nirvana. Just 3D printed, and it's done for designs. It's kind of hard to see his logo on here, but done, and in the middle that spells out for, and then designs. That's my husband's next youngest brother of the 4 of them. So they're both the middle children, if that makes sense. But he made that for me. It's just a little test he was doing with some other things. So that was nice of him. I'll probably continue to use this and then maybe hang these ones up on my wall or something, or maybe put them with some of my plants. Just too pretty to use as actual coasters, if you ask me. Next up, we have this little tea light candle holder she made, and it is so cool. I mean, the lighting, I don't think I can get that glare to come off. I don't know, maybe. But the lighting just cannot do this justice. It's so beautiful. And not only is that done, so is the back or the bottom. Look at that. So neat. I love it. Yeah, she even wrote with love and then signed it with the date. And then I'm not sure what Pratibimb means, but I'm sure Versha will let me know at some point. But oh my gosh, I am so excited because I do a lot of tea lights just to set some intentions and stuff. This is going to come in totally handy. And it's like glass or ceramic. So cool. So it's very heavy. Like heavier than you might think it is, but I love that. I love the sturdiness, the stability of it. And then, both of these are so pretty. I don't even know what order to go in to save like the best for last. There really is no best. They're all just so good. And then we have a nice little, I'm going to use this for incense, but she had mentioned that the hole might be just a bit too big, but let's test it out. I told her I do have some modeling clay that I can just stick in that hole and then stick my incense stick down in. I've done that with other like incense holders that I've purchased in the past that have come and gone from my collection over the years because they don't always fit properly. But that's just an easy solution, but how beautiful. And she did protect it with resin. So I won't be too afraid to use this because usually by the time the ash falls down, there's no like real heat to it. Maybe a little warm, but that way this won't get damaged in any way. But again, this is very sturdy. ASMR. Anyone else love when people do that with their nails on the ASMR channels? And I guess last, but certainly not least, the journal. Oh my gosh, you guys. I cannot wait. I always love a good excuse to buy a new journal or get a new journal, receive a new journal as a gift. Like, I'm here for it. I love it. And it's a very cool dot grid, which I love journals like this because you can almost do like a bullet journal thing with it. I'll just show you guys the grid. Yeah, see, it's kind of not showing up. It just looks like plain paper, but I can promise you there's like the dot grid on there. But this is so pretty. I probably won't even put it in my bag because it might be hard to see. But like there's like puffed up raised the dots. Some of the dots are like raised up and I don't want to like wear them off or anything. So I'm going to like baby this thing very, very nicely. This might be my my new dream journal when I run out. I think I have at least probably 20 to 25 pages left in that one before that one's full. So I can use this one as my dream journal. That would be so cool. Even though there are no lines, I mean, you can use the lines of the dots almost as lines. Or it could be a bullet journal. I don't know. I haven't made like my mind up yet, but how pretty. Thanks again, Versha. I don't know that she's here right now, but thank you for the birthday love. I appreciate this so much. so, so much. And I gotta carefully put everything back in here so nothing's like rubbed up on itself or something else. Let's see. I think I achieved it. Yes. Okay. Woo. There we go. The coaster just slipped. There we go. But I am going to go put those things away, but I wanted to keep them in the box so I could just show you guys how talented she is. And she does sell these things, or I think her specialty are like the circular mandala canvases that you put on your wall. And as far as I know, she's like open to custom orders, custom color schemes, whatever works for you. So yeah, she's done such amazing work through just the few years that I've known her. When she sends me pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Yes. Yeah, always reach the heart for sure. Yeah, her note was like probably, I mean, these are amazing. And I get like when I pulled them out of the box one by one and was looking at them and holding them, I'm just getting like such good, high positive vibes. I could feel the intention of love that she infused into it. Just so amazing. But the note for me also just really took the cake. Her just speaking from her heart in the note is just so sweet. It's not every day you get a note like that, so it's definitely going to be something I hold on to. So it's so beautiful. Yes. Yeah, beautiful candle holder. Wow. Yeah, it is so detailed. And as far as I know, just from seeing some of her works in progress, and I'm going to turn this fan on because I'm actually wearing 2 shirts. I was cold this morning, but not like on my arms that I wanted to like put on a full hoodie, but we'll skip this going for now. Okay. From what I know is she almost uses like a white colored pencil on like a black background to be able to kind of draw at least like some sort of grid or lines to follow. And then I think she goes in and erases after that, but she'll probably has a very specific technique she uses to, put the dot, because a lot of these, there are dots, but there's also like lines that she does. And like even these little things here, like the thickness, it starts as a dot, but then she must like trace it. And yes, I have potting soil under probably every single one of my fingernails right now. I've been like doing all sorts of repotting and resituating with my house plants and all that. So, but yes, so beautiful. Thanks again, Versha. I will have to let her know to come watch this replay so she can see my big like gushing over her amazingness. Yes. Yeah, so detailed. Yeah. Who knows exactly? That's just me speculating on how it's done. I don't know her full technique, but yeah, very cool stuff. All right, you guys. Well, I don't know that we even have any donations today, but let me just double check. This might be the end of the road for us. Oh, now my work's like, there's a bunch of customers. Log on now to expand your client base. I worked 2 hours and got 9 minutes, so I'm good for the day. Like, not worth my time today. Sorry. Okay. Let me go over to PayPal, make sure we're up to date. Okay, we are. So that'll do it for me today. 13 minutes and 31 seconds. Ooh, that was inverse of itself. Very cool. I might hang out for like a minute or two just to see. You never know. We can catch up for a moment. Anyone have any fun weekend plans? I have busy weekend plans. As far as I know, there's one birthday party at least. Wrigley is like the birthday party king. Every weekend to every other weekend of this whole school year, he's had a birthday party or 2 birthday parties, one Saturday, one Sunday. He's had a few where he's had to decline one versus another because they were the same day, overlapping times, and he's still in elementary school. So I'm wondering how this kid is going to like schedule his life when he's in middle school and high school, when kids tend to be even more busy with their time and their friends and all that. Like, he is so Mr. Popular and wanting to do all the things, go to all the houses, hang out with all the friends. But I think that's so good. It's so good for him to have those bonds, especially with especially like the teenagers these days. Thankfully, my older son, Boston, has like a good steady, oh, you're sending PayPal. Cool. Well, we'll take your donation as it comes in. Jay McDonald, welcome. But a lot of these kids, like, you'll see them hanging out Like even at the like one of the high school football games I went to this year, and they're all just like on their phones, like hanging out in a cluster or a group, all on their phones, heads down, not even talking to each other. They're probably texting each other memes or something inside the group, but it's like, put your phone down, make some eye contact. Like what, what's happening? But I guess there's like a loneliness epidemic with like teenagers, early 20-year-olds, like that age range, college or high school to college age range is like a loneliness epidemic. It's like, yeah, put your phones down. Like actually have conversations with people in person. That'll help bring up that sense of loneliness. You won't feel it so much. But yeah, kids. I mean, a lot of these kids that are in high school now, like they've had like tablets or phones their whole lives. Not all of them, obviously. Like my kids were not allowed to have all that stuff as babies. But I know some people, like a lot of the basketball games, especially, that's where I usually see people more close quarters because baseball is a little more spread out, and soccer as well. But you see these like little like 18-month-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old kids that are the brothers and sisters of the players on the team, and they're all like watching a TV show on their screen or playing a game on their screen. It's like, kids can't just be kids anymore. There is this one little guy, his brother's on Wrigley's baseball team, and I have never seen that kid with a screen. I don't even see his mom pull her phone out ever. Like that's the example we need. And this little guy is so fun and cute and very inquisitive, and then these other kids are just kind of almost just, little kids are either super shy or like the most outgoing you've ever seen. Yeah, I guess there's wiggle room for like, oh, once I get to know you, I'll be more outgoing. But usually little kids are super shy or like very outspoken, outgoing, not afraid to ask you, why are you fat? Why do you have that weird thing on your face? Whatever kids ask. This little guy's very inquisitive, not in a rude way, but like, he's so fun. It's so fun to see kids being kids like this little guy. All right, and we do have a donation that came in from Marlene for a 1-card pull as well. So let's get started. Let me just update I gotta sign in again. If you go too long, it makes you sign in again, but that's okay. Okay, so I have received Marlene's first, so we'll start there, and then Jay McDonald, when that one comes through, we'll get into your reading. So 1-card pull from Marlene. Go ahead and post your question, my dear. Unless you did in the PayPal, I can always read that for sure. But yeah, if not, post your question. We'll get right into it. Let's go to the Witch's Garden. This one's so fun for like spring, and I mean, we're still very much spring vibes up where I'm at, but I know some people are like, it's like summer where I'm at. So this is like a spring and summer vibe. It was Beltane yesterday, so it's like that midway point from the spring equinox to summer solstice. So we're heading in the summertime direction, up in this northern hemisphere anyway. Okay, I want to know if I should continue with my YouTube channel. Ooh, this to me feels like yes, but not maybe in the way you're thinking, because this is not showing up in the way of, okay, every week at this time I have to pump out a new video or talk about this very certain topic, whatever the case may be. This is allowing you to just be more freeform, free flow, more in your feminine energy, struggling to find an identity. Look, we've got one guy kind of dressed up more in the angel. She's kind of more dressed up in the devil energy, or the like Millicent energy here. This feels to me like until you find kind of your stride or your niche, however I've heard that pronounced multiple ways. Until you find that, it's okay to just experiment and use your intuition. Like, ooh, I really feel like, example. I don't know if this is a good example or a bad example, but for you, I'm getting a good vibe. But for me, I don't know that it was the best idea for me, but just as the example that's coming to the forefront here is I had the pick a card channel, The Done Creative. And on a whim, I just got this intuitive nudge to make an intuition test or an intuition exercise video. And I made number 1 through like maybe 8 or 9. And then I just kind of planned to phase them out, not continue with it. And just go along with my pick a card content because it was doing all right. I mean, it wasn't like out of the gate or anything, just doing amazing, but it was, I had some like regular people that would comment and it felt like a little community. And then out of nowhere, like 9 months after I started my channel, intuition test #1 went slightly viral. I mean, I don't even know what it's at to this day. Probably, it's still less than 1 million views, but it's in the hundreds of thousands views of intuition test #1 video. But that's not what I wanted to be known for. But because it was there and I had a whole playlist of them, that's what kept people coming in. So, but this is the thing. I guess I would caveat this, Marlene, to say that anything you upload, make sure that if that's the direction that the audience was being, pulling you as far as numbers and views goes, that you would be okay with being that kind of creator, then I'd say go for it. Upload whatever video. My husband is doing one and he's doing really good, but mine's a faceless channel. I'm too chicken to show myself. And hey, that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. What's your channel and your husband's channels on, by the way? Or like what are they about? I'm curious. Very fun. But let's get some more guidance. I kind of went off on a bit of tangent. Okay, so look, there's a countdown going on. We went from the 4 to the 3. So I'm seeing that it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time before you figure something out that's going to create that community that you're looking to have here. It means reflection, the full name of my company. Oh, okay. I figured it had to do something with your name of your artistic endeavors, your art, all of that. A sad day. My next door neighbor just put their fur baby to sleep due to her health illness. Oh, that's so sad. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Marlene. I will get back to your reading. But this, yesterday on Facebook, specifically yesterday, I don't have a lot of friends on Facebook. I think I have like 819. I really whittled it down. I had like close to 5,000, like just people I met in all these groups and stuff. Like I like pared it down. But I saw no less than 5 different people had to put their animal to sleep, or the cancer got them, or whatever. 5 in one day. And I have chills. I noticed there are these waves, and I've noticed this especially on Facebook, because that's a place where you can just see these things happening in real time. That you see one pet passed away or had to be put down, and then another, and they kind of happen in waves. Or I see at least 3. And then like a few months later, I see another big wave and then another big wave. It's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, he's a baker. He does lives already. See, that's so fun. That's so cool. I've thought about like doing that as far as, but I don't want my channel or a channel that I create to be this indefinitely. But like when I go through like the whole KonMari method, or the life-changing magic of tidying up, I thought about filming me going through all the, because when I watch people cleaning or organizing or decluttering, like it motivates me like crazy. And I think it'd be fun, that creative spin to put on that and get it all going. But I don't know that once I'm done with that I have enough going on around here to sustain that, unless I started a business where I'm helping other people do that and filming it. And that's not the direction I want to take my life. But I can see how it'd be really fun, Very cool. Oh, you started doing lottery tickets, but only because it's faceless and easy, but doesn't feel like me, and just recently posted a manifesting story, which felt good to do, and only got 33 views. I will tell you one thing, Marlene. The more authentic and true to your heart you make something, you're going to get a lot lower amount of views, which sounds like, why? And I don't know exactly why that is, but one of my main intuitions on that is because the matrix feeds the matrix. Not to say that lottery content is bad or matrix based, not saying that specifically, but a lot of people who are in the matrix would maybe be drawn to that, or a lot of bot activity, would be drawn to that, or, pretty much anything that any random Joe would be interested in. But if you have a more spiritual opinion on things, or something very, very niche, you're going to maybe struggle a little more. And especially the more authentic you get to your true spirit, the more niche that content is going to be, like just by default, because hardly anyone is fully like 100% of their day living in authenticity. I'm not there yet either. Like I still put on masks around people like out in the community, because like it's so hard to be authentic when you can just tell the other person's just not going to be into it. You can already sense that they're very much watching the news every night, voting in these political systems, and just very much allowing life to happen to them rather than for them. And it's actually easier for me to just kind of skim the top like a rock skipping over it rather than try to go down deep and like, why don't you see these things? Not trying to call them out, but you know what I'm saying. But let's get you some advice specifically, Marlene, because I do feel there is something that you would be authentic, you would be passionate about. Again, it feels more like a slow grower, but that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with the slow growth, especially if this is something you would want to do long term. But I do see you finding what it is you want to talk about or present. Look at this. You're going to have that new opportunity. You're going to have this idea, and it doesn't have to be exactly the same thing every single time. You could have maybe the same general theme of your channel, like, say for instance, oh, I'm doing tarot content, but maybe one week I'm doing a free collective reading. The next time I'm doing a free one card pull for those who come. So like the overall theme is the same, but I mix it up. I shift it from time to time to keep things exciting and interesting. So there might be something you're doing along those lines. Maybe you have a couple different little series that you're doing, all kind of under the same little umbrella of a theme that, you can even make them into playlists to where people can, binge-worthy content. And I think that's where the good thing about the Done Creative with that playlist with the intuition test, it was binge-worthy content. They could go from one exercise to the next, to the next, to the next. And when they got bored, they could come back, the next day and do some more, to keep the views going. So, yeah. Then my feed showed me people doing lottery tickets, and I thought to myself, I can do that. So I started uploading just because I was curious to see what would happen if I just put it up. It was just for fun in the beginning. Yeah, and sometimes, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, you were watching a channel about manifesting the lottery, and when I was looking into money blocks, there you go. And yeah, and for some reason, if that just doesn't align with you moving forward, you can either try to revamp the current channel you have under different branding, which can be successful, or you can just start a whole new channel from zero and just see how that grows, how that, how people respond to that. But I always, from day one on my Done Creative and Harmony Portal Tarot, this channel, I always said I want like authentic people that are actually aligned spiritually, or as aligned as one can be spiritually. I don't need people who are negative or trolls or don't believe in tarot or total bot accounts. And I did get some bot action, but as far as like the negative people who are like super religious that think this is a big sin or whatever, I don't really get a lot of that. And the little tiny bit that I have had of that has been on my live stream, and they were not acting very Christian, if we will put that out there. They were not, the words that coming out of their mouth into this chat were not very Christian. So I will just say that. So who's really the bad guy here? Probably not me, because I have good intentions. I mean, the words some of these people were using were not very nice. So I don't know that their intentions were good. They were just wanting to be right or something. I don't know. But yeah, something that could just be like on a whim or for fun, you never know. That could grow into something really crazy, cool, and amazing. And look, we have the ash hooking or creating like a little loop. Did you see that? Like the eye of the needle is what I just heard. That seems relevant for you, Marlene. So I'm hearing just keep fiddling around with it. Upload when you feel like it. Don't feel you have to set one specific schedule and stick to it. Or if you're really burned out on a certain topic or content, you can take this another direction. Even if you have to step away from your channel for a few, just to get some ideas or just try to refill that creative well, whatever that looks like. Because there is going to be an opportunity for something that you're really excited about talking about, filming about, creating, that other people are also going to be authentically aligned with. And again, it may not blow up into this, million subscriber thing overnight or ever, but it still feels to me like it's worth doing. It will bring happiness. It will bring in some money and abundance as well. Forward momentum, but you're on a bit of a countdown here. Oops, these cards. You're on a bit of a countdown. So 4, 3. So there's maybe 2 more little leapfrogs or steps. that you're kind of unlocking this new idea or this new seed that you can plant. So there is that, Marlene. Very fun. You'll have to keep us posted if you switch gears or what it is you're doing. Very cool. Okay, and I'm hearing too, you don't have to ever show yourself. There are plenty of like really popular faceless channels, if popularity is kind of your thing, or even more small community faceless channels that are just as valid as someone showing their face and just as connected, just as committed, just as amazing. So don't feel that pressure that I have to show my face or ... You really don't. Until you feel that authentic urge to show your face, I'd say don't cave into the pressure that I better show my face or do a face reveal video, or unless you want to, you shouldn't have to. And I see it's not going to affect your bottom line or your numbers or anything if you don't. So good job, Marlene. Keep it up. It sounds like your husband's doing really well doing what he's doing. So tell him, just keep going. You never know where that could lead. I actually watched some she's a grocery store cake baker, and they give her a lot of creative freedom to just make what she wants for the daily case. And then of course, if people have custom orders, she'll kind of put her own spin on it. It's a really fun channel, and I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. And I have so many subscriptions, it'd be difficult for me to find, but how I found her actually was through the shorts content. And some of the colors she uses together was really, really what drew me in. She had almost like somewhere between the pink of my shirt and this pink with orange, like a mid-colored kind of marigold orange with like a mustard yellow. And she made it like a 60s vibrant, I don't know, she plopped down the colors and then used her knife to create this really cool effect. And I'm like, sold. I just subscribed. This is so fun. And I could watch these all day. Yeah. I thought about being a little vibrant today. Well, this actually got kickstarted because Boston wanted to wear my purple Nirvana shirt. It's more of a lavendery middle purple. I could not find it for the life of me. It's probably somewhere in his room, under his bed, on the floor. I don't know. I can't find half of the laundry around here. And he wears it. I've probably, since I got it at the thrift store about 2 months ago now, I've maybe wore it twice. I know one time on the live stream I did wear it, but probably twice. And he's probably wore it 4 or 5 different times now. I couldn't find it for him this morning, but I'm like, if you want bright, and a lot of the t-shirts I get, this is a 21 Pilots Scaled and Icy tour shirt. He ended up wearing my 21 Pilots Bandito tour shirt. But a lot of these kind of shirts that I get are men shirts. So they're not made for women. And that's why I'm always doing this, because they're always choking me. Because I don't know, the breast situation kind of pushes that part up, but they fit great on him. I like to think they fit great on me. They really don't, but I still have fun wearing them, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I thought, oh, I want a daughter. That'd be cool. We could share clothes. But no, my son wants to share clothes with me. So I couldn't find that shirt. So I pulled out this one, and it's like a teal with purple sleeves and purple and kind of orange and hot pink. There's hot pink on it somewhere too. Nike shirt. Again, I've worn it here on the live stream before. He was going to wear that one, but then he wanted to wear the Bandito, 21 Pilots Bandito tour shirt. Yeah. Isn't a thing with kids growing up. I know. I would like to donate, but you will not reach me before 2, and I have to attend the Carrie K live call in 30 minutes. Well, I only have one other donation that Jay McDonald said. She did say she wanted. Yes, I do see her question here. I have to log back in, but it did pop up. Yeah, if you want to donate, I can always timestamp, or we can hold off for Wednesday. Whatever feels good for you. I'm down for whatever. Okay, so Jay McDonald says, I recently had conflict with different friends. It seems I'm losing friends left and right. Aw. Usually I'm caught off guard and it surprises me. I'm looking for insight. Yes, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I'm hearing that already. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Or I need to check myself. Is it a blessing, or am I missing something that I need to be aware of? Okay. This is not just a you problem right now, Jay McDonald. This is happening with a lot of us that are more spiritually aligned, or just wanting to live a more spiritual path. Not to say that the people that you are misaligning with at this time or kind of going separate ways with are not on their own journey. They absolutely are. Doesn't mean they're bad people or you're a bad person or one of you is better than the other. No, it's just that this is where the path forks, and that's okay. I do see one specific friendship that path is forking right now, and it will come back together or converge at a future date. And this is someone you've been friends with for quite a while that you've had a recent disagreement with. You will have a reconciliation at some point, and she will be pointing out things like, oh my gosh, you were so right. I was a brat. She's going to take a lot of responsibility. This does still feel like it's a ways off. July at the earliest. It could, I don't know, it could happen in June, but it's feeling like, yeah, July. It's okay to lay down some of these burdens right now because there's an overwhelming energy of, I would rather, this is for you, Jay McDonald. I would rather put my love, care, affection, attention into a handful of people and have them fully well receive a cup overflowing from me than have to spread that out over 10, 15, 20 different friendships or connections that each of them gets just a little fizzle of what I have to offer. So it's almost like you're consolidating your inner circle to be more maintainable. Not like you're doing it purposely, but your higher self, your true spirit is making this happen because, again, not that these other people in your life that are kind of now going by the wayside aren't good people. That's not the case. It's just you aligning with certain people versus certain other people right now is what the priority is or the main importance. And especially with certain family members that you can really build some bonds with as a result of kind of clearing the energetic noise of hanging on to some of these friendships or connections. And I would say, yes, it is partly your fault, so to speak. Not in, like on paper, like, oh, it's your fault. It's because you have leveled up and certain people just can't. They're going to have to take a time out because your energy is too much for them. So if that makes it your fault, so to speak, I guess then it is your fault because you are evolving. And some of these people just can't evolve at the pace or the rate that you are, except that one friend. I do see her catching up and reconverging into a happy place with you in the future. So it's not you, but it is you, but it's mostly them, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. But yes, especially that one that's going to converge back into a reconciliation later. This time out or this break from this person is very needed for both of you to really get perspective on your mutual connection and what you see for your future as friends together and all of that, or just even envisioning your life without this person and her envisioning her life without you. It doesn't feel good. So if there's one specific friendship you've lost that you're like trying to envision a future without this person ever being in your life again, and it just hurts so bad, that's the person. That's the one that you're going to reconcile with down the road. Anything else? Oh, I've just got chills too. So this is very spiritually guided, spiritually aligned. It's not that you're doing anything wrong or they're doing anything wrong. It's just needed. It's just necessary right now. I just heard also cutting the fat. So there are certain ones that just won't return, and that's okay because it will make energetic space for you to deepen the connections you already do have, and also to make room for a new soul sister type connection with someone new that you will meet. And this feels like about between now and a year from now. Yeah, a new friendship, a new connection. Again, very spiritually aligned, very spiritually led, or spirit is leading the way or driving you in this direction. And this person couldn't come into your life if maybe a handful of other people were still in your life that were not necessarily draining your energy, but they had too much of a pull on your attention or your energetic resources, if that makes sense, where you were giving more to the connection than they were giving. So it just felt like you were being depleted or taken from in some way. And that's a hard place to be in a relationship when you feel like things are just being drained out of you. All right. Okay, wants all your clothes when she fits into them. Aw. Yeah, King of Swords. So this is about very open, honest, clear-cut communication. I am seeing this type of communication coming from a friend toward you or someone you're kind of letting go out of your life that was very hurtful, the way that they phrase things. You even are replaying like certain conversations over in your mind, like they could have said that more tactfully. They could have been nicer about what they said. Could have said it a different way. And yeah, and maybe there are some words you're analyzing that like I probably could have said that a better way too, but I didn't have the words in the moment. It was a bit heated. I was a bit upset or triggered. And that's okay. And if at any point you do want to feel like reaching out and just apologizing, or you may even get an apology from someone like, yeah, I should have maybe said that or phrased that better. I didn't mean it the way I said it, but it came across that way and I was hurt in the moment. So like, so I do see some sort of apology or sincerity coming through from someone toward you. And this, again, does feel like that friend that's going to reconverge on your path of friendship eventually. Ooh. And then we have the Emperor. So yeah, it's like your true self or your true spirit, your higher self, whatever you want to call that aspect of yourself, is kind of cleaning house, taking charge. And remember, we had that loop earlier. It did fall down, but I can't pick it up. It's just going to fall away. But it's like this tip of like the eye of the needle or like the top of the ankh there. So certain people are going to have to like laser focus into your energy field as far as showing up in a proper way, Jay McDonald, to be able to still be in your reality. This looks kind of sexual, sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they're going to have to, meet these certain parameters, be able to come on into your energy field. And certain ones just aren't it for you anymore. Even if you once had a very strong bond and connection, it doesn't mean that those memories go away or that it wasn't a real connection now that some of their true colors are kind of showing a little bit, or they're not as loving or cool or giving or whatever, insert here, as they once were. But that doesn't mean that the connection wasn't genuine before, or that one or maybe more, but at least one may not be genuine again in the future. So I guess taking the good with the bad and just, keeping the good memories, forgiving whatever needs forgiven, and being able to move on. So there's nothing really you're missing as far as, you missing the mark. It's just the energy's just not matching, as Versha's saying there in the comments. We are all, aren't we all there with people just matching our inner frequency? Yeah, not matching. And that's why these splits are kind of happening, is that the frequency is just not matching up anymore. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, because on the back of the deck here, we have the Page of Pentacles. There are new friendships that want to come in, that will match much greater than some of these ones, kind of the old leaves dying off to make room for new growth is kind of what this comes across as. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely some new energy wanting to come into your friendships or your close kind of soulmate type of connections, for sure, Jay McDonald, that if you were to have to keep some of these connections along, it would just be really draining on your life force, your resources, that letting them go with love or neutrality in maybe some cases is totally fine and totally valid, because that's going to allow room for new people, or even the existing connections you already have, for you to pour more love and care and attention and affection into those connections than maybe you could if you were trying to maintain all of these different ones. So I hope that resonated. But look, there's healing coming in. So it's okay. It's totally okay. And we just had the Five of Swords, which is about the frequencies not matching. And then look, the Five of Swords are kind of stabbing in the back. But look at that. That Ace of Swords, which is the truth, the clarity card, is leading you forward. So trust your intuition when you're, looking to examine or decide, do I need to continue having this connection in my life, that connection in my life? Yeah. So I hope that resonated for you. I'm sorry you're going through that. Even if you feel like you once were so on the same page, so in sync, so aligned, things can go, their separate ways. But then just as they can go their separate ways, they can always come back and converge again later too. So it's not always a forever ending. Sometimes it is, but other times not so much. And usually, from one lifetime to another, we'll meet up with these people in some other form into the future lifetime, some other lifetime as well, potentially. So, all right. Okay, so it looks to me like we are all caught up with our list. So I'm gonna go. I do have some chores that I can do, so that'll be nice. I have a little bit of extra time today to do some chores. So I hope you're all doing well. And gonna have a really good and beautiful. Oh, you did donate. Okay, cool. No worries. Well, we will take care of that before we go. The sentiment still stands. I still do hope you have a very happy weekend, everybody. All right, Versha, let's get into it. For you, all the body pains and sickness happening, also the change in diet I feel led to make, and the limbo period waiting for the catapult moment. What's really happening? I know the concept of divine timing and body integration is in the works, but what do I make of it? Getting sick again and feeling it in the body, knowing what I am supposed to do. The intuition is off, creative energy is off. I'm already hearing, just be present with all of that. I'm already hearing that. But let's just see what is really happening with all these body pains, sicknesses, the changes in the diet, the limbo period, waiting for the catapult moment. What is happening with that? Yeah, it's feeling like you're being attacked from all angles is almost what this feels like. I'm not seeing that it is an actual attack. I'm seeing your body is, yes, in defense mode, but this is spirit led. This is all orchestrated by your true self. So there's nothing wrong. There's, sitting your bum down in it. That's the hard part, because we want to fix it. We want to do something, armor up in that masculine energy and get to work. Been there. And yes, when you're intuitively led or called to change your diet. I mean, she is holding the pomegranate there, which are a superfood, by the way. I drop it. Pomegranates are a superfood, and they are so good. So if you feel led to, I know we're kind of out of pomegranate season, at least where I'm at. They're not in season at all until like October through early January usually. And you're even lucky to find them as late as January where I'm at. But I know pomegranate juice is usually available all year round, but just know these healthy changes you're looking to do with your diet are definitely going to benefit you. And I am seeing you being able to take in less food because your body is doing all of these healing processes. And when we are constantly consuming, which, that's why I like to do, and I know it's hard, intermittent fasting or like extended water fasting, it's very hard. And especially if you're a woman, you want to do it according to your hormones. Dr. Mindy Pelz, Pelz here on YouTube, has amazing information about fasting like a girl, whether you're perimenopause, postmenopause, all those. She takes all of that into account. She even has books, The Menopause Reset, Fast Like a Girl, Eat Like a Girl. So that's a good starting point. If you want to heal your gut, Dr. Gundry, Gundry, you might see him in different, like really long, like 40-minute ads from time to time. He'll pop up there. I notice him a lot in my ads on YouTube, but he's got a yes list and a no list. And I don't see, at least for me personally, his yes and no food list, I don't see that it's sustainable long term. I don't see that. At least personally, it wasn't for me. But it does help you heal your gut. His protocol does help you heal your gut. If you can be on it 6 months, a year, 2 years, even better. But you basically have to cut out any and everything except his yes list, which is pretty much mostly just certain vegetables and very few fruits. And if they are fruits like bananas or mangoes, they have to be unripe for you to be able to eat them. And it's so hard. It's because, all the stuff available out there. Dr. Gundry's, it's no joke. It's for someone who's absolutely serious about healing their gut and their body. But if you have any kind of aches, pains, inflammation, autoimmune, any of that, his diet would be what I, again, not a doctor, not sponsored, none of that, but his diet is what I would recommend. And he cuts all of that crap. He cuts it all out. But you're going to be so much better off by cutting those processed or more, I think they're called refined carbs. I think that's what they're called. The more refined carbohydrates rather than the cruciferous vegetables. He focuses on a lot of those. And that's basically what his is a keto diet. Like without all the like harmful keto that you see in more mainstream circles. His is like the cleanest keto you'll find. So yeah, you can look up his channel. He's also got books, The Keto Code, The Plant Paradox. Oh God, he's got like 6, 7, 8 books out, and I have quite a few of them that I actually found in different thrift stores. I think only one of his books is one my mom gave me that she bought brand new, but all the rest I found were in thrift stores. Still taking a bit of lentils and the sugary fruits like papaya, mango, etc. Yeah, and you know, the fact that you've dialed or are dialing it back, you know, even by a bit, is huge. And then when you get used to that and can dial it back more, to me, that kind of step down approach is easier. Although, that being said, I'm usually the all or nothing guy that's out here like, I'll just cut it all out right now. But then that's not sustainable for me. For me. So I think I need, as I'm getting back into my fasting just this last month, intermittent fasting. I haven't done like even a 24-hour gut reset fast or anything like that, but I want to. And this weekend, I'm in that prime window after ovulation that I can get back on that horse as far as the fasting goes. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. Just a 24-hour gut reset. Yeah, when you do reduce that, it will help you conquer those carb cravings, because it's not even you. This is the sick joke of it all. It's not even you craving all this stuff. It's the bad gut bacteria or parasites, or as I've uncovered when I did readings on it, they are actual demons incarnated in your gut system. Literal demonic energy that's trying to keep you slow and stuck and sick. No joke. And I do have this video that this guy was even calling parasites demons, and he was like showing all this evidence for why. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I like downloaded and did a reading on just for my own. This was like back last summer when I did this big cleanse, clear reading, just reading into the energy of parasites and gut health. And I did even that big webinar on like hijacking of the gut, if you guys remember that. It's in the webinar playlist here on this channel. Let me continue so you can get to your call. I'm just like going off on tangents here, but all helpful info, hopefully. So the concept of divine timing and body integration is in the works, but what do I make of it? Yeah, I keep hearing spirit is in charge. Look, because we can't continue in old ways and expect new paths to move us forward. We can't continue in the old ways. But this is definitely like the matrix itself breaking down. So we're going to have to find healthier options, and we're going to need to really support our bodies with the healthiest things we can find during these shifts and changes, because the more healthy we are, the better and more easy this transition of our body is going to become. I know it's hard. But you got this. We can all do this. We can. We just need to get out of our minds and into our hearts. I did a major heart chakra clearing yesterday, and you won't believe what all came out of my heart. Black goo, a spider, parasites, and even saw crust breaking inside my heart, opening as a red rose with green leaves. Wow, that's powerful. Yeah, there's so much cleansing, especially in the heart chakra, or just like a cracking open where so many walls and shields and try to keep me safe have been put up. We're cracking those open because we have like the shield or the armor of spirit. So we don't need all this external crust and spiders and black goo and walls to infiltrate. Just shining our light will keep that stuff far away. Let's see. Yeah, so getting sick again, feeling in the body, not knowing what I am supposed to do. Okay, what you're supposed to do, shifting your focus to what do I have control over? Because it is such an unknown. Like what in the actual F is happening right now? No one person actually knows the ins, the outs, all the details, the behind the scenes. Nobody. We can speculate, we can feel into the energy and know, okay, I know this is for our benefit, but how? It's about shifting the focus to what you do have control over. And I'm hearing getting your diet in a place where you're feeling good in your body is step 1 through like 40. So just you tackling and taking on that will bring your intuition back online. You'll be feeling younger again. No, not so many sicknesses, pains, aches. But that all being said, sometimes when we cleanse and supercharge our diet with foods and vitamins and minerals that we haven't been getting in a very long time, and then detoxing all the sludge that's built up, it can be a really difficult process, so much so that so many times I've had to back off in my healing protocols because you can get like Herxheimer or Herxing reactions where you're detoxing, your body's just like, okay, we're detoxing, let's do it. And it just becomes overwhelming or too much for the body. So it can hurt, it can be painful, you can feel sick, you can feel dizzy. So trusting your intuition, or if you're feeling like it's too much, you can back off. But I've learned when I start to feel that way, I just push down on the gas even more, and I can get over that hump, and it will improve. It absolutely will. But you're gonna have to be the one for yourself to determine when to let on the gas, when to let off the gas, when to completely firmly apply the brake, whatever that looks like specifically. The intuition, the creative energy is off, and all the work I've been doing has made, okay. Yes. Okay. So that's going to end. You're not going to be stuck in this intuition feeling off, creatively blocked. That's ending. You're actually going to have more access to any of that than you've had in a very long time. Yes, you've had major changes, but I cannot see them. Sorry if it sounds more kind of question. Would love some clarity. Yeah. Let's get any additional guidance so that Versha can go to her call. Yeah, it's just a balancing act. It's like sometimes you got to take those symptoms of detoxing while detoxing just to push through, just to get to the other side. I do not want to back off because it's high time to be there for my body, but I feel irritated and left out because I do not have support from SRK. Yeah, and that makes your job even harder to take care of you when you're not supported by the man that promised to love and cherish you for all the days. I don't know what your exact vows were like, but in the West, the Western world, a lot of vows are like, I promise to honor, love, and cherish you through sickness and health, through ups and downs, all the things. And when you don't have a fully supportive partner, or even a partially supportive partner, that can be so much harder. So much harder. So my heart does go out to you. Let's get a closing statement, word of advice. Yeah, just intuitively, you'll know what to do, when to do it, how far to go. But these are about plans. Implementing some plans, taking action on some plans that you have are going to greatly benefit you. And lead, yes, you're going to be tired. You're going to need more rest. Absolutely. Rest, water, good food. Sometimes maybe fasting, whatever that looks like, the keto thing that you're doing. You're absolutely on the right track though, because your body is needing to shed a lot of just stuff that shouldn't be there. Not just you, so many of us. I'm right there with you, girl, though. If you want an accountability partner, I'll be your accountability partner because I've been kind of stumbling and falling a little bit this last month. I want to hit this, especially come summer when all these sports are over and I can just focus on my family again, and my body and myself too, and my husband, and just like the home stuff. I'm going to be hitting this, like, let's just get our health, our wellness, our detoxing, like, let's just get it all in order. But look what you have to support you, the King of Pentacles. So it's almost like your own inner divine masculine is stepping forward to act as this container to support this beautiful divine feminine flowing energy that you are. Big hugs to you, Versha. It's not easy. It's not easy to do a complete overhaul of just all the toxins that build up from the eye, from the eye, the all-seeing eye, yes, from the air, the food, the water, the sky, the medicines, the supplements. Like there's just toxins in everything. Like you can't even blink your eyes without somehow toxins finding you in this inverted matrix reality. Yeah, I cannot even, let's see. Oh, I cannot even cook at times. This weekend I have 3 events to go to on Saturday and then Sunday 1 more. Yeah, so you're so busy. And that makes it so hard when you're like in the middle of trying to detox and do better things, especially when you're out and about and you get hungry. Like if you're like me, you don't always make the best food choices because you're just so hungry and you got to grab something quick. And then you like shame yourself later because I should have waited till I got home and actually made a healthy meal. You're going to do the best you can with what you have. But I'm planning to start chicken broth and some chicken. I feel conflict, though, due to all the belief system. Yeah. And that's just where your own personal, I need to heal my body. And if I need the chicken broth or the chicken to heal my body at this time, I'm going to do it. I mean, I was vegan for 5 years, from 2016 to 2021. Yes. And my body, I was not okay. Like I needed way more. And yes, I will admit I was much a junk food vegan, but I was not getting what I needed with the vitamins, the minerals, the amount of protein. I wasn't doing it in a good way. So I had to go back. I started with eggs for about 6 months, and then I brought a little bit of dairy back in. I still like to avoid dairy and want to actually cut it out again for good, because dairy is scary as far as how it inflames your body. Um, but meat itself, there are ways you can get it that it's more ethically sourced, grass fed and finished. Like I haven't done it yet, but my best friend here in town, Cindy, she used to raise cattle on her land. She no longer does, but she does own like usually about 10 cows a year. And they keep them in land a couple towns over. And then they just pay them when it's time to, it's so sad because I love cows. But it's interesting because when I tune into the energy of it, it's like if you single a cow out and like make that, like on the movie City Slickers, when he delivered that calf and he named it Norman, and then he had to rescue Norman before he got swept away. And yes, absolutely, Norman had a spirit, and they all have a spirit, but a lot of, especially cows that come here for the purpose of, they know they're going to be a dairy cow or a cattle farm, like, for meat. They sign up for that to help. And I know that sounds very new age, like they signed up for this. But really, when I tune into the energy of it, that's what the case is. And I do see the spirit leaving the bodies before any pain can be felt in that regard. So they are assisting us to be able to have the nutrients, because if we were to have to just exist on the vegetable and the flora, the vegetables, the fruits, the plants, our soils have been so leached of minerals, we're getting like 1/12 of the amount of minerals that like your average generation born in the late 70s to late 80s, that generation, their grandparents had. That's scary, just with all the use of pesticides and herbicides, and we can't get what we need. So yes, these animals have stepped up to be of service to us through this time, because we need our bodies strong and full of vital nutrients. And that's why there has been such an attack from all angles to attack our human vessel, because this is the vehicle through which we are here and we evolve with as well. I was a vegetarian for about 10 years, 11 to 21 years, but it was about animal cruelty. Yeah, vegetarian for about 10 years. Animal fat is actually very good for us. Yeah, and it's sad. It's sad that something else has to die for us to live. But this, I mean, you look out in nature, the lions, they eat, gazelles and zebras, and the fish, or the whales eat the fish and other marine life. Seals, I think, eat penguins or something like that. Like, I mean, it's sad, but this is the matrix system. And, as they say, it's a dog eat dog world out here. Yeah, it's hard, but, we have to do what we have to do, and if you can do it without, using any kind of animal, that's amazing. But even when I was, vegan and like hardcore against any kind of, I'm still hardcore against any kind of animal cruelty. Like there's better ways to treat all these animals out here. Absolutely. But even when I was on that side of the fence, so to speak, hearing from the other side that so many animals are killed just to have the space for these crops, for this. So even if you're only eating plants, something has to die, or, be culled in some way so that they can have the land to grow this or that. And it's like, oh, now my left ear's ringing. Yeah, it's just a crazy world. It's a crazy world. That's why I just wish, like, my greatest wish, if I had one, well, my greatest wish would be like, let's free everybody from the matrix. Like, that's step one. But a really high up there top priority wish for me personally would be, I would love to get all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients I need and never have to eat or drink anything again, but just to be able to be like, I don't know, sustained like by the sun or by putting my feet on the ground or something, like to charge up that way, like that would be a dream come true for me. Not to say I don't like food. I do. I love food, but think of all the money, the time, the hassle that is put into feeding me, my family, my dogs every single day of the year. for years now. I mean, it's a lot of investment and work and time and money, you know? If we could just free ourselves from having to do all that, like we'd have so much more free time. Sorry, I will go as the live started. Thanks a lot for the reading. You're so welcome. Confirmation of my spirit doing it with no timeline. Yeah, just do your thing, Versha. You'll figure it out as you go. Thank you. I'm getting what you're saying clearly. Deep down, I knew everything you just said, but I understand it clearly now. Yeah, and sometimes, you know, we just need that other person to validate exactly what we already know, to know we're not crazy or we're not the bad guy or, you know, whatever it is. But yeah, Jay McDonald, you're doing what's best for you and also what's best for them, because I'm seeing, especially with one of these friends, if you were to just keep putting up with this BS, they're not going to learn anything from it either. And it's depleting you of your energy and time and love, and just, yeah, it's just not a fit anymore. Yeah, bye. Yes, hope you all have a wonderful weekend as well. I'm gonna just double check that we're all caught up on our donations, and if we are, I'm gonna jet out here. Oh, I don't want to compose a new email. Just kidding. Go back. Refresh. That's the button I meant. Yeah, I think we are all caught up, but I will check on PayPal too, just to be sure, because my email's not always telling me what's going on. I do have to sign in real quick. Get some water. Yeah, my throat is still raw since like February. Who knows why? Okay. Yeah, it looks like we are all caught up. All caught up. Okay, you guys. Well, this was fun. And I was kind of thinking we might do a pick a card for Wednesday, which again, we've amended the time or the schedule for Wednesday, at least through early to mid June, not July, June, because baseball, we have baseball every Wednesday evening for Wrigley. So I will be live here again on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and also Friday next week, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So one day next week we'll do a pick a card, and then the other day we will do like a collective reading. So if it's not Wednesday, it's Friday. If it's not Friday, it's Wednesday. You know, swip swap. All right, you guys, have a wonderful, blessed, happy weekend. Get some rest, get some things done. You know, whatever you feel called to do on an intuitive level, follow that path. Because yeah, your intuition's always leading you. Usually, it's more of a whisper than a scream, that's for sure. But it's there. So don't give up on your intuition, because I know so many people have been like, I feel like my intuition left. It's gone. I can't feel it anymore. But it's still there. It really is. And a lot of times we actually get used to it. And then we think, oh, it's gone. No, we're just used to it now. It doesn't feel as extra or different because it is us. We are it, you know? But anyway, you guys, thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Till next time, bye!